High-yielding investment property for sale. Is this a potential creative deal? I like this property for several reasons. One, it's got good income. It's guided around 900k, but the potential income out of this is £118,000. Now, what we don't know, because it talks about 12 studio rooms, whether this is a giant HMO or a block of flats that they all individually council taxed, how it's let out, where that income comes from. Now, that is about an average of 820 a month per unit, which I think is probably just about achievable. Let's have a look at the floor plan to see how these are laid out. Now, as you can see here, some of them have separate entrances. So there are different entrances into the building. Some are self-contained. Some have to go across landings to get to the kitchen and bathroom at the top right there. And others are obviously completely self-contained with their own front door. So there are different types. You probably get different rents. There are obviously different sizes. But I should imagine they are council tax, and therefore the tenant would pay for that. Therefore, the £118,000 is going to be what you receive in money without too many costs. Now, we don't know whether you're going to be paying for the gas and electric, or whether they're just electric, whether there's units in the room so that someone is, the tenants are paying the electric. So these are all things you need to discover to see whether this is a good deal. But if you think about it, at 900k and the yield of gross yield of 118,000, that is a good return. That's a double-digit return. And potentially you might be able to do a creative deal, because this is going to be hard to finance. How would this be valued? Well, it's not going to be valued as individual flats, because some of them are going to be too small. You won't be able to mortgage them individually because they're under 30 square meters. So this is going to be a yield-based investment, probably valued in the £1 million zone, above £1 million, if you got a RICS valuation, if it was nice, if it was fully let, and you went to the right bank and you understood all of that. So there is some potential here. There is a little bit of a discount. And also, for me, I would probably finance this creatively and structure a deal where there was a win-win between me and the vendor, to give them what they wanted, to allow me not to have to put loads of money down, because I'd only be interested in something like this where I had an ROI of the money that I committed, and potentially you don't have to commit loads of money to this if structured in the right way. So if you're interested to know and understand how to creatively finance deals such as this, where you're stepping above the competition because of the price point, but the vendor finds it difficult to sell despite the income, you can utilize the income to pay for itself. And so therefore come along to my Getting Creative with Commercial Finance afternoon in the city with some cheese and wine, and we discuss deals like this, on how I have done deals like this, how my mentees have done deals like this. So we're live examples of how you can structure deals, and you can walk away finding deals like this and getting them executed without having loads of cash in the bank. And don't forget to give me a follow for more interesting property stories. The link to the event is going to be in the bio, but also DM me event and I will send you the link too.